Guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm super excited because I am going to be doing the long-awaited Animal Crossing New Leaf tour video. I recently got a question about this on my Q&A video, and I was like, you know what? I might as well just do it while it's at the forefront of my mind again. So without further ado, let's jump into one of the best games ever, Animal Crossing New Leaf, and check out my original save file from the year that this game came out. Oh man, what a nice nostalgic title screen, but I'm gonna turn it down a bit just so that I'm not fighting the volume of the game here with my voice. But so this is my original save file. As you can see, this is a new 3DS XL that I'm playing on. I did originally start this game on my launch black original 3DS that I still have, but obviously once I got this back in the day, I transferred everything over to this console. So original save, not my original day one 3DS, but this is much better. So can't complain there. But yep, there's me. Well, that's not me, but she's talking about me, Mayor Sammy. And so I named my town Alabasta, and that is because at the time that this game came out, I was currently watching the Alabasta arc of One Piece, which seemed like I was so far into the series back then. Little did I know, over 10 years later, over a decade later, I would be in the fabled Elbaf arc, which has been awesome so far. But I'll stop talking about One Piece now because we are preparing my town. And there I am. Yeah, this is my town. As you can see, there's tons of flowers, and that's really nice. It's not very organized. I know a lot of people really go all out with how they make their flowers look nice and they put little sidewalks in and stuff, but I never had the patience to do stuff like that. But I did always set my town ordinance to be beautiful town, which meant that while I was away for years, my neighbors were watering and planting flowers. And now I have a town that is just absolutely full of flowers, which is nice, honestly. It's better than coming back to a town full of dead flowers. But anyways, let's honestly just get the best part done first, and then maybe I'll go check on some neighbors. Yeah, let's go look at my house. And I do want to say, I wanted to make this tour video now because I have kind of been playing this game again, and I'll probably be making some changes to my house, but I wanted to make this video to kind of document how I left my house when I kind of stopped playing this game. And here it is. So this is the nice living area. Got a little gumball machine here. Let me try to zoom in. Got a nice gumball machine, a lucky cat. And most of this stuff, this layout and everything, I designed, around probably 10 years ago. And I kind of kept it the same generally. You can see the last time I was playing this was probably around Christmas time. So I do have a little snow globe here, a little stocking, and a little Christmas tree, and a little snow bunny. And I remember back in the day, I used to kind of take the seasonal decorations down all the time and then put them back up, but since I don't play this as often as I used to, I've just been kind of leaving them up. But honestly, I guess I could probably take them down because I have been getting back into this again. But like I said, this is basically my original layout. My house isn't upgraded all the way either. Like, I don't have all the rooms that you could possibly have, but I do kind of want to do that. My goal is to kind of upgrade this house all the way and just kind of say that I beat Animal Crossing New Leaf. Even though you can't really beat these games, it's just kind of like, I like going back to old save files like this of any games and, just kind of picking up where I left off and eventually achieving those goals that I never achieved back in the day. But anyway, here I've got a nice little shelf. I put this up because it has a GameCube on it, which I often say is my favorite Nintendo console. So I thought that was cute. Got a little Olimar, the SS Dolphin, Olimar's ship from Pikmin right here. Go ahead and activate this. Watch it fly away. Oh, never mind, it just kind of hovers there for a second. Got a nice CRT TV for some retro games. Got a Wii U here. Little arcade table, little pinball table here. That's the Mario Edition pinball table. That's kind of like based off the one that existed in real life. And yeah, got a little cuckoo clock. I don't know. I just kind of wanted it to be like colorful and kind of homey feeling. Got a little pet bird here and some Pikmin growing in the windowsill there. And is that another cuckoo clock? Yeah. I guess I was really into cuckoo clocks. Another arcade machine and a piranha plant. Very cool. I remember at one point I had a ton of Nintendo decorations in here, but it just looked way too cluttered, so I kind of downsized a bit. I think this way's a kitchen. I actually can't remember. It has to be a kitchen, though. Nice. Yeah, this is just like what I did on Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch. To the left was always the kitchen. I don't know why, I've just always done that in Animal Crossing. And I got a little ice cream machine here, which is nice. Kind of went for like a fruit theme in the kitchen. Got an Apple TV. Nice little citrus walls and table and chair here with a nice little sundae at the table, I think is what that is. I really like this room. It's like simple, but I had a clear like idea with how I wanted the theming to be, just colorful and fruity, for lack of a better word, I guess. But yeah, this is the kitchen. I should really put like at least one chair at the table, but it also just kind of looks like there's a giant edible watermelon in here, which I also kind of like, so yeah, it's nice. Got some nice shelves up there. And yeah, I'm proud of this room. Once I do add additional rooms, I kind of wanted to make a room over here, but see, then I think I might lose this window if I'm not mistaken, but maybe not. Is there a window on that side? See, I don't want to, that's the thing, I don't want to lose that window because I like the way it looks having the Pikmin in the window there, so I'm not sure what I'll do. But let's go see the basement next. Oh, but I was going to say, if I do add an additional room, which I do want to do, I kind of want to make it like a nice little office type of thing. I don't know why. I just like the idea of having a house with an office. Alright, this is my weird, like, mushroom basement. I don't really know what I was going for down here, but it definitely has, like, just the weird basement vibe going for it. And I like that. It kind of reminds me of my basement here in real life, where it's just, like, random stuff everywhere, and, like, a couch and some old TVs, and a dollhouse and a clock. And, you know, just some mushroom-themed items because, you know, it's like a damp old basement. I have 4 TVs down here, which is kind of funny because it's kind of similar to my basement in real life. I think that's kind of why I made it like this, because here, where I live, in the basement, I have, like, all my retro consoles down there with, like, 2 CRTs that I've just had my whole life. I'll have to make, like, a little gaming setup tour here soon. I haven't done one of those since I lived in Australia, so... But yeah, that's the basement. And then finally, we will go upstairs to my insane bedroom, which is like future / like spaceship themed. I actually really like what I did with this room, because I kind of combined like the modern theme, like that's what it's called in the game, the modern theme, and like the robot theme, like all the robot themed furniture, like this bed, this dresser, and the table, and made it like a bedroom / I don't know what you want to call it, operations room on like a spaceship. And I just really like it. You can turn this thing on and off, which is cool. There's a nice robo couch here. I love the robot furniture in this game. It kind of reminds me of Chibi Robo, which is one of my favorite games. And it just all looks cute. Like all the robot themed furniture has like a face and eyes on it, which I really like. Yeah, I like this little lamp next to the bed. Turn that on. I'm looking through the camera right now, so I can't actually tell if I just turned that on or turned it off, but let's just say I turned it on. Let's turn this one on. Oh, that was on, okay. Yeah, and then there's like a little control panel here. I don't know. And then I got a hamster on the desk. But yeah, I don't know. I really like what I did with this room. It's unique. I don't know. I've never seen another room that looks like this in anyone else's game. So yeah. So that's my bedroom. Let's go to sleep. Nothing like a Saturday afternoon nap. Okay, let's get up. So that's my room. Honestly, that's like the most interesting part. But we can go and check on some of the villagers. I do have some really good villagers in this town who I will never, ever let move. So let's go meet some of them. No. Okay, so that's Lucky, my favorite villager. I talked about him in my Q&A video because someone asked me what my favorite dog in video games was, and it's Lucky. He's not here right now, though. So I'm just going to kind of wander around until we eventually find him. But then there's another one I wanted to show, who's like one of the most sought after villagers these days. And you might already know who she is. Oh yeah, she's on the first page. I was like, did she move out and like didn't say anything? It's Anka, and I always forget where her house is. But I just always thought it was so cool that I have Anka, who is like the Egyptian cat, and Lucky, who's the little mummy dog. And like, I didn't cheat or anything to get those two villagers. They just both happened to move into my game. Oh, there she is. Anka. Oh, she's fishing. But yeah, she's really cool. She's kind of sassy. She won't really look at us though because she's fishing. But yeah. Also have the roost. Maybe Lucky's in here. Let's go check. I don't think I'll show all of my neighbors just because that would take way too long. But, oh, there's the little duck who wears a helmet. I forget his name. Scoot. He's funny. I like him. He's green. Green's my favorite color, so that makes me happy that I have a green villager here. I literally will not end this video until we see Lucky, though. So I'm just going to walk around until I find him. You know, he might be in the resale shop, or the retail. Oh, is she going to look at us now? There we go. Now we can see her face. Alright. Let's just chat. Yeah, orange trees. So if I remember correctly, sure, I'll bring you an orange. I won't do it in the video though, because that'll take too long. But I think oranges were my town's native fruit, if I'm not mistaken. It was either oranges or apples, but I feel like since Anka's talking about the town's oranges, it must have been oranges, so. Alright, let's check the resale or retail, whatever. Who's down here? Oh, that's a butterfly. Never mind. Oh, I like this villager too. Little squirrel. I have two little squirrels in my town. I have Poppy and another little squirrel. I forgot her name though. Alright, let's check in here. Last time I saw Lucky, when I was kind of preparing for this video, he was in here. So let's see. Is there someone back there? I see someone moving. I think it's him. It is him! He's always in here! And he's wearing a shirt that I gave him too. Hi, Lucky. Oh, he wants it. Yeah, he calls me Dr. S, which I love. It was like I believe it was a nickname that he came up with, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, go for it. Lucky's so cute. Alright, we're just watching Lucky buy furniture for his house. That's fun. But anyway, yeah, that's Lucky. He's my favorite Animal Crossing character. Because he's just a little white dog. At least I think he's white under the bandages. But, you know, he's like a little... I just imagine him as a little fragile white dog. Just like my little fragile white dog that I have in real life. So that's why I like him so much. And my dog in real life, his name is Dozer. He's a little Maltese. And he just turned 14. And he's still going. He's still going. And he actually... When I got this game, he was only 2 years old. So, and Lucky moved into my town that first year that I had this game, so like, Lucky and Dozer have been in my life for a very long time. And what does Tammy want? Turf Wars. Is she referencing Splatoon? Tammy wants to move. Don't go to war. You know what? I'm going to let Tammy move. I don't really have a connection to Tammy. I honestly kind of forget about her. So, all right. Well, there you have it, folks. You just got live footage of me being a cold-hearted mayor and letting one of my villagers go to war. She's literally going to go to war. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to put my shovel away. Well, that's good. If honestly, out of all my neighbors, let's just say I'm glad it's her. I think she was one of the more recent like people to move here. Yeah, let me look at my list and see if there's anyone else I really want to visit. Honestly, Lucky and Anka are like the two favorites. Shari and Flip are two monkeys. I have a lot of like characters who kind of complement each other in my town, which I didn't try to get that to happen. It just ended up working out that way. Like I have 2 squirrels, 2 monkeys. I have Lucky and Anka, which are like both Egyptian themed. I think that's it actually. I also have that rabbit who looks like Wario. Let me see if I can find him. He's usually around here. His house is around here. Oh, here's one of the monkeys. Also, I don't know if you can hear that, but my town tune is the first One Piece opening, which I made back in the day when I made my town. Alright, Flip. Yeah, he's a funny little monkey. I like him. He can stay. But I do want to see... I think his name's Gaston. Yeah. I think his house... I think I'm actually right next to his house right now. I am. Let's see if he's home. He's not here. Maybe we'll run into him? Anyway, even if we don't see all my neighbors today, I would love to make an update video where I, flesh out my house a bit more and show you guys what kind of new rooms I make and stuff. Here's a bunch of my old neighbors. This chicken. I had a lot of these kangaroo-looking guys over the years. She's in my Switch town. But yeah. I basically showed you guys everything I wanted to show you. Let's just look around and see if there's any other villagers up here. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, anyways, guys, that was just a quick little tour of my Animal Crossing town here. I'd love to make more stuff like this in the future. I've got save files in other Animal Crossing games, and I definitely want to come back and give an update for how this save file here is going. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Stick around for more. Follow me on all the socials. I'll have a link in the description for that. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.